Hi, I'm Sean McDowell. I'm going to be talking about the differences between the United States culture and the Canadian culture. We're both very similar just because of where we're located and the fact that we're both Western cultures and that we kind of go to a Western ideology of culture and social aspects as well. But I'm going to talk about some of the differences and just kind of little nuances that people think are Canadian or that actually are Canadian as well. So first is the language. We both speak English, but Canadians, they also speak French. All of their street signs in Canada will be in English and in French, as well as all of their legal documents. All of their legal documents have to be in both English and French for them to be an actual legal document. There's a small kind of area that solely speaks French. They do also have to have all of those things in English as well that I mentioned before, but mainly just oral communication. They will be speaking French. That area is called Quebec. They've thought about seceding from Canada a few times, but never really have. As far as governments go, we're both democracies, but the United States, we have a Senate and a House of Representatives, and Canada, they have a parliament. They also have a prime minister, and they're somewhat tied into the monarch of England, but there's not much that really still goes on between them. They just kind of have an ally in England, and they're also attached to the throne a little bit. As far as population goes, Canada is about a tenth of the size of the United States. The U.S., as far as 2016, they have just over 300 million people living in the United States, and Canada has just over 30 million people. So we're a lot larger as far as people go, but if you look at the actual square footage and square mileage of the United States versus Canada, they're just under 4 million square miles. The U.S. is at 3.7, and Canada is at 3.8. So kind of a stereotype that a lot of United States people think of is Canadians saying A after all of their sentences, like good day, A, how's it going, A. But that's actually more of a parody that the United States has kind of made fun of Canada as. They really don't say A, they just speak normal English like you or I would. One thing that I did find that was pretty surprising was Canadians are a little bit more laid back in the workplace. They tend to get more time off than the United States does. And their time off is usually always paid. If you work about 5 years in the United States, you'll get right around a week to 2 weeks off of work. That could be paid, that could not be, depending on your contract. Canada, they normally will end up having 2 weeks to about 3 or 4 weeks, and that will all be paid off as well. It also kind of goes into maternal and paternal leave. It's mandated in Canada by law that they have parental leave if a child is born. It can actually go all the way up to 35 weeks. The U.S., it's depending on what company you're a part of. So those are the main differences between the United States and Canada, and just some other little nuances and things that I found interesting. So thank you.